Welcome to the Charlotte's Web and CBD Clinic webinar today. We're so glad that you were able to join us. Today we have with us Pamela Heavner. I'm Dr. Jen. I'm the, I'm the naturopathic doctor and education director for Charlotte's Web. And Pamela is our guest host today. She is a licensed massage therapist, and she has been for over 20 years, believe it or not, even though she looks like she's 22. And she's the owner of Proactive Massage and Bodyworks, and she and her staff help manage chronic and acute pain through medical massage therapy. So she does have a fairly large business, so she is a great person to get business tips from. In the past, she served as the department director of the massage therapy school, and she's been an instructor, a workshop facilitator, and she has done a lot of trainings. She's also now can add author to her list, and she'll be sharing her new book with us at the end here. I hope everyone gets a chance to purchase that. It's really excellent and a real nice, concise summary of what we're talking about today, and plus a little extra. And she's also just a great resource for CBD and the wellness industry. She graduated from the American Institute of Massage and a bunch of other schools. And she's also the founder of Hand to Heart, a volunteer organization, and they offer complimentary massage therapy to people who are struggling with grief after loss of a loved one, which is a great thing to be doing. And then today we also have Megan Stike with us. She is our business director, sales director for the medical channel. So you might have interacted with her if you're one of our customers. And so she will be on hand to help moderate questions at the end and also ask any business questions that you might have, sales questions. She will be monitoring the chat feature where you can put in your questions at any time. And some of them she'll be able to just answer directly to you in the chat feature as well. So we will get started now.
And Jen, a bit of housekeeping. If we do have chat feature and Q&A today, if you've got questions, if you could put them in the Q&A section, just so we've got one stream. If you put them in chat accidentally, I will get you an answer as well.
It gets hard to manage two different areas, so that's a great idea. Try to keep them in one. Okay, so today what we're going to be talking about is, so we'll just real quickly talk about what is CBD and is it legal, just to get that out of the way and make sure we're all level set. We'll talk about CBD and your scope of practice as a massage therapist. And then Pamela's going to go into some of the more details about the business side of it, payment options. We know that some of the people don't allow us to use their services to pay for CBD. So she's got some great recommendations there. She's going to talk about how to charge the service and how to add it to your service menu. She's got some great tips for marketing, and this is just sort of a brief summary of a few of her tips, and then she goes into more of those in her book. And then she talks about, we'll be talking about the products and the Charlotte's Web CBD clinic, massage oils and ointments. So to get started, first of all, many of you know this already, but if you're new to this, you still might have a little bit of confusion. I know I was quite confused before I got involved in this industry. What the heck is the difference between hemp and marijuana? It's confusing because they really are actually the same plant, cannabis sativa. But this plant, cannabis, has a lot of different compounds to it. And so when it has less than 0.3% THC, we can call it hemp. And hemp has actually been made legal from the 2018 Farm Bill in all 50 states. So we are now allowed to grow and sell hemp. If it has over that 0.3% THC, it now gets pushed over to that marijuana side. And in that case, we are considering it either medical cannabis or recreational cannabis. Typically, you're going to see like 15 to even up to 30% THC on that side of it. And as you know, that is still a Schedule I controlled substance by the DEA. And so anything with over 0.3% THC falls under that category. Hemp has been taken off that Schedule I controlled substance list. So now we are free to use that. So hemp is legal, but what about this specific compound CBD? So the legal status of hemp, as I said, is now legal. But anything that is considered a CBD ingredient, the FDA has said, we don't really consider you a dietary supplement yet. They really have kind of held back on making any final decisions. And so Charlotte's Web's opinion is that because we're a full spectrum hemp extract, we take out all the good compounds from the hemp plant, we're a dietary supplement. We are just like any other herbal extract. We are an extract from a plant that's perfectly legal. And therefore, we believe that CBD should be considered a dietary supplement. In terms of drug testing, that's another question that comes up a lot. There is a little bit of THC in the Charlotte's Web full spectrum hemp extract, and that's what's in our massage oils as well. But you don't have to worry about THC absorbing into your skin, into the blood system where you would get a drug test that's positive. That's very unlikely, so you don't need to worry about that when you're talking about topicals. When you're taking Charlotte's Web orally, that is that one, slight risk that you could test positive on a THC test, but that's really a different story. And today we're really focused on the topicals. So we're going to do this kind of in an interview style. And so my first question to Pamela, tell us a little bit about, is CBD massage within the scope of practice for massage therapists? A lot of people are a little bit confused and a little bit worried that they're doing something that may not be considered legal. So could you give us some examples about that?
Sure. Yeah, that's a great question. This is one of the biggest questions that comes up most often is it within our scope of practice? And so usually what I'll tell people is follow these 4 recommended steps, and I think this will help you figure it out. First of all, determine who your regulating body is in your state, if you have one, because I know there are still, I think, 4 or 5 states that don't have any regulations for massage therapy. But if you're in a state that has a governing board, determine who that is. Like in the state of Virginia, we're regulated by the Board of Nursing. So determine who that is, and then go to their website and see if you can find their Practice Act. Most of them will have a tab at the top, or you can just search Practice Act for like the state of Virginia Nursing Board. And then you'll be able to find your scope of practice, or maybe called your practice standards of practice. Look for that on their website and see if you can find their definition. Then just read what they describe as within the scope for a massage therapist. Sometimes it's a page, sometimes it's several pages. And see if the description gives you a good idea on if topicals are covered for you in your definition. If it's not, then I recommend that you email your governing body. Say, hey, I'm thinking about carrying these CBD topicals. They are legal in our state. Is this within my scope? And then you'll feel much more confident being able to add this to your practice when you hear back and they say, yeah, this is perfectly fine. Everything is legal. It's fine. It's topicals. It goes along with people who are using essential oils usually, or even topicals like BioFreeze, things that have menthol in them. So I think you'll feel more comfortable doing that. I took this example here from North Carolina. They are actually regulated by their own board of massage and bodywork. And in their definition, if you look down under section B, it states complementary methods, including the external application of something I can't see because the camera's in the way, but of
external application of water, heat, cold, lubricants, and other topicals.
Thank you very much. I have the camera in the way. And other topical preparations, lubricants and other topical preparations. So they clearly state that as long as the topical lubricants are legal, they're fine to use. So yours may not be quite that clear. I know in mine, it doesn't say anything about that. So what we have in the state of Virginia is we have a recommendation. If you go to the next screen, I'll show you what it says for us. It has a kind of a sub heading that's called documentation and training of education. So what our board always recommends to us is if you're considering adding any kind of other body work or any other kind of specialized massage, that you go ahead and document training and education in that particular modality. And that way, if anything does come up, you have on record that you've done the training, you've done everything that you need to do to document that you know what you're doing in that area. So if you don't feel confident with that, that's what I'd recommend doing, is getting some training and
So if you
document.
had access to training that was specifically using CBD in your massage therapy, there are certification courses. They can be, Pamela, they can be like what, about 10 hours, 5 hours?
It could be anything. Yeah. Even some of them are 3 hours long. It just kind of depends. Yeah. I just recommend that you go into one kind of like what we're covering here today. Start with the basics of CBD, go into all of it. What are the risks? If if your client has medications, just all of the things that you would want to cover. Make sure you take a class like that so that you can document it. And then you'll feel much more confident because you know what you're doing and you know that you'll be safe, which is overall.
I bet it looks good to have a certificate on your wall too that says you are specializing.
Yeah, you know what you're doing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so accepting payment for CBD sales. This is another topic that comes up a lot. And it's because early on when CBD first became legal and everybody started to sell it and add it to their menus, some of the credit card processors were not crazy about that. They considered CBD to be a high risk item. And so they were shutting down their payment systems. They were holding their money for ransom. It kind of got to be pretty scary. So I know a lot of people backed off of it. Thankfully, things have changed. There's a lot more credit card processors out there now that will accept payments. I've given you a list of them here that are three. Right off the bat, first of all, if you already use Square does it now too, which is great. They have a great flat pricing, which is wonderful. So if you use Square, you can reach out to them. A couple of things to look for though, make sure you're looking at somebody who's got flat rate pricing. There are credit card processors who will charge you extra if you have like somebody's credit card stored, if you don't swipe it, of credit opposed to debit. There's all different kinds of pay scales out there. So it's better if you find one that has a flat rate pricing. That way you know what to expect, you know what you're getting into. Also, if you use a point of sale system, like Booker or I'm trying to think of some of the other ones that are out there. But if you use any of those systems, that is compatible with yours because you want to make sure to be able to integrate it. Another really big one that comes up that some people don't know is some of them carry monthly minimums that are pretty high. It could be up to $50,000, $75,000. So if you're not selling that much in products, then that would obviously not be the service for you because then it would charge you every time you fell below the minimums. So you wouldn't want to do that. Some of them carry monthly fees. And those can be pretty hefty too, so look out for that. Also, the hardware that you have to use. Sometimes you have to buy equipment to go with it, to the card swipers or even the POS systems themselves, and those can get pretty pricey. So that's one of the things that's really popular with Square is you can just get the little item that even travels with you. So make sure you're looking at the kind of equipment that you got to get too so that you don't spend too much money on that. And the customer service, that's another really important factor. Make sure that you reach out to them, talk to them first. This is one of the things I love about CBD Clinic and Charlotte's Web is they're the only two products we carry in our clinic now, and it's because of the customer service that they stand behind. So reach out to the companies, talk to them and see, is there going to be someone there handling your account? Are you going to be sitting on hold forever trying to get a hold of someone? But yeah, so here's a few of the ones that I think are really, really great. You can just reach out to them, see if they work with your business model. Easy Pay Direct is a good one. They have no early termination fee. That's another really important one. And their website, their reviews, they have no complaints on there, which is really very, very, very big. So go to their websites, look around, see what their customers have to say about them. I think I have one more listed on there. Paywise. Yep. They have the flat rate pricing, which is great, month-to-month billing option. And they do have a pretty broad compatibility with a lot of third-party shopping carts, like if you're using a third-party site where you have your store online. So Paywise might be a good option for you too. But like I said, there's a lot of options out there. These are just three. Square makes a fourth one, but there's a lot of options out there. So, an easy Google search will find you a ton more options for you, and then you can just kind of see what's best for you now that you know what to look for.
It is amazing that there are still some financial vendors that will not allow you to sell it. And it's impacted our business as well for distributors and things like that. It's just quite funny.
We have an online store with Shopify, and we had to sign a special contract because we have CBD on there, stating some of the particular things that we will and won't do to follow their guidelines too. So that's pretty common. Don't be afraid if you run into that. Just make sure you read over it carefully so you can follow their guidelines and stay within their boundaries, and everything will be fine.
Great. All right, next question. So how much should people charge for this? I think people, get a little bit wary of charging too much to add on a CBD to their services, but what does the consumer expect and how much leeway do they have?
Yeah, that's another great question. So basically what I did was I kind of went through and showed you how to determine, first of all, what your product cost is and what your supply cost is so that you'll know how much it costs you to do it. So before you set your prices on anything, you have to know, what does this cost me to add this service on? So let's say we're looking at an oil of, let's say, CBD Clinic for their massage line here. And I think this is an 8-ounce bottle of product. And let's say it cost us $44 wholesale. And we do need to include in the shipping and the use tax. I know we wouldn't be using sales tax in this particular instance because we're not going to be selling it to somebody else. We're going to be using it. So, but make sure you include that in there. So you've got your shipping and your use tax. So your total cost landed to you is $52.19. We have determined in my clinic that we use a 1 ounce, or we use a half an ounce for one service. So by taking the total cost to me divided by the 8 ounces, we know that 1 ounce of this product is going to cost me $6.52. And we're going to use half of that in one service. So it cost me $3.26. So now you may also need to have some kind of containers that you use. We have a back bar, so we have these kind of things, and we dole them out to the therapists when people do the add-ons. So we use these 1 ounce containers also. We can get 300 of them for $15, so that's an additional 5 cents. So that's what I mean about talking about everything that it costs you. Now, if you have a staff and you give them commission off of the sale of the add-on or the particular standalone service, then you would include that in here too. How much is this going to cost you? So if you're not doing that, if you're just an independent contractor, it's just the two of you, an independent practitioner. So you would have your 1 ounce container and the half an ounce that you're going to use for the session. And so it's going to cost you $3.31 per session to do this particular level of an add-on to your regular massage service. So if it only costs you $3.31, let's say you charge $15 for this particular add-on. So if you take $15 and you subtract the cost that it is to you, the $3.31, then you're looking at an $11.69 profit for one add-on. That's just one time. So if you do that several times throughout your week and throughout your year, so let's say you do 20 add-ons a week, that's just you. Let's say you do 20 massages a week and you add this onto every single one of them, just by adding that on with no expensive equipment, no expensive advertising or anything, that's an additional $233, and that's in profits actually, $233.80. If you do 20 add-ons a week for the entire year, that's an additional $12,157 a year in profit for you. And again, that's without having to buy expensive equipment or take expensive classes, things that we sometimes have to invest in to add a new modality. So it's an incredible way to bring extra profits into your clinic. And we haven't even touched on selling the product, because every time not every time, but a lot of the time that your clients use these products, they're going to want to purchase them, and they're going to want to use them at home and share them with their friends and family. So the retail product sales are another incredible way to add extra profits and additional revenues into your clinic. So it's a great way to do that. So that's how you figure out how much to charge.
And I bet having people share that with their friends and family ends up making that friends and family come in to get a massage from you too.
Yes, exactly. It just builds your reputation. Exactly. Great results. People get results, and and they'll tell their friends about it.
And that $15 that you put out there as an example, what do your customers think about spending an extra $15? Do they like that, or they think it's a little too much, or what's been the attitude?
Well, it's kind of funny. We actually have, and one of the things I love about CBD Clinic is we actually have different levels that they can choose from. So they can pick within their pain levels and their budget. So we have different levels that have more CBD the more you go up. So we actually have some that go up to $25 a session to get some of the higher level CBDs. And they have no problem with it whatsoever. Because, again, the level 5 people are people who are coming in extreme pain, often nerve pain, and, nothing helps. And when you can get a massage and rub CBD, especially on their pain points, it's incredible. It's life-changing for them. So it's absolutely worth it. We also allow people to purchase the products in the clinic, and then they can bring their product in every time and we can use it on them, saves them money, but it helps us, we sell more product. Yeah. So, we try to work around. We have a lot of people who buy the back bar sizes. We offer that to them at a retail price. We don't give it to them wholesale, and they can keep their bottle there. And every time they come in, we use it. So there's a lot of ways around it, but they don't think about it at all. And we actually have two different options on our menu. We have one menu item that's it's a standalone service. And what I mean by that is we use a mid-level during the service, and then afterwards they get to take home what's left of what was in the service, plus they get to take home a level 5, the highest level one. They get to take home, it's like a 3-gram container. It's a little packet thing that they sell. They get to take that home with a little information sheet. So that's a little pricier because there's a lot more CBD in that product, but that's a standalone service. They pay one price. They get to experience a mid-level and a high level and take that home. And then we also have what are just called add-ons. So they can pick whichever price level that they want to do and add that on just to their service. There's no take home with it. But those two have both been incredibly successful for us. I mean, they've really just changed our whole practice. Incredible.
We may have gone ahead of ourselves, but this section's about adding CBD to your service menu, so you can kind of show the customer like these are your options and let them pick.
Exactly. Yeah. So you just decide if you want to add it on to your regular services or if you want to do it as an add-on. And you can actually do either one. You don't have to do both if you don't want to. But if you decide to just start, kind of put your feet in the water and see if you want to do it just as an add-on, this is a wonderful product line to be able to do that because you can have the different levels. You can let them choose what works best for them. And if you do decide to do it as a standalone service, when you're writing out your product description, this is an example of one. Make sure you're using power words in it that really talk about what's going to happen to them in the session. You know, you've got pain relieving, powerful counter irritants that penetrate deeply, interrupt pain signals, rapid relief. Make sure you're using power statements like that really explain to them what can they expect from that service. And this is actually the service menu that we have. And so you can see at the bottom, we also let them know that after your massage, you're also going to be able to take home a high level container so that you can use it for self-care. So it just
and I think
that
clear. Last time we talked about this, the important thing was to set expectations. I remember you were talking about, which I think was really valuable because don't expect, like these are products that have a lot of menthol and camphor in them. They can be quite potent and you don't want to rub all of that all over your whole body.
Yeah.
So Pamela, tell them about like it's a spot treatment.
Exactly. And that's what having a good service description lets them know what we're going to be doing during the massage. We're going to be using the oil to spot treat your problem areas. It says at the bottom, because some people do think when they come in, they're going to have CBD rubbed all over their body. And not only that, would that be incredibly expensive for them, but you don't need to do that. You really don't. So we can be really effective with the areas that they need. And it can be way more than one, spot treatment, because sometimes people have, neck, lower back, they might have an elbow that hurts. So, we're not saying we work several areas, but to just let them know, yeah, this is not an all over body oil. You'll use your own regular massage oil, but you'll spot treat the problem areas with it.
Yeah, because some of these, the menthol and the camphor that are in there, which are really good with the pain, they increase vasodilation, and so you get more blood flow, and you actually get cold. And to rub that all over your body, be just shivering. So
exactly,
really don't want it everywhere.
Yeah, and she's gonna show you later on. Jen's gonna show you the product line, and there's one that doesn't have any menthol in it at all, and which is great for if you're doing hot stones, because we like to incorporate that into our hot stone massage with the heat and the powerful CBD. Oh, it's incredible. But you wouldn't want to have the menthol if you're using heat in it. So that one is perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, that could cause some very strange reactions.
Yeah, yeah, that would be fun.
All right, so let's jump into your secret marketing tips. You have some really good ideas here.
Okay, yeah, these are all things that we've tried that worked really well for us in our clinic. First of all, in the treatment rooms, we have put flyers on the backs of the doors. We have little picture frames that stick on there. And so when our clients, whether they've used the CBD or not, it's kind of subliminally, it allows them to know this is a service we offer and you might be interested in trying this. So put them on the backs of the doors in the treatment room, in the hallway, on the back of the door in the bathroom. And it just kind of says, hey, add CBD, here are the benefits of it. And we get a lot of customers that way. When they come in, they go to the restroom and they come out and they go, hey, I think I want to add that onto my service. Also add a light box to your website. If a light box is a little pop-up box, you've been on a website before and something's popped up and said, hey, save $5 on this. Try that on your website. Add one. that says, you know, add CBD to your next massage. We sometimes run specials with our members where we have a free add-on of CBD, and we do that because every single time they get that, they buy the product and take it home because they love it. So maybe consider adding that as a special to get a free CBD add-on, or, you know, whatever works best for you. When you decide that you want to add CBD to your practice, do a social media countdown on all of your accounts. Start talking about this big announcement that you have, this new product that you're adding. You could do a countdown to the days when you're going to start releasing it and talk about the products. And during that time, talk about the benefits of CBD. You know, get to know the products, know what the benefits are, and even have customer testimonials on the people that you've tried it on, or your family members that you've tried it on. So build that excitement about, you know, we've got this incredible product coming, and you're really going to benefit from it. So you just kind of build the anticipation that people really want what they can't have. So that's also another great way to do it. Hopefully you're emailing your customers every week and letting them know what's going on in the clinic, letting them know what openings you have. We do this every single week, and you can also talk about CBD and the benefits. Put it in your blog, send your customers your blog, write about the results that you're seeing in your clinic, because you're going to get a lot of great results. People are going to be raving about this. So share that information with your other customers, because it's really going to help them. Samples. These are the little samples that we use. You can see the picture of them here onto your right. Those are some of the samples that you can purchase from CBD Clinic. They come in packs, I think, of 12 or 15 of them. And these are great giveaways. They're great to include with sample packets, all kinds of, you can even sell them, honestly, if you wanted to. But once you give these away, they're great ways for not only your clients to try them, but I promise you they're going to take them home and they'll share them with friends and family members. And then they'll come back in and buy the product and hopefully get massages too. So it's another great way to get the word out by using these little samples. If you give out wellness plans, this is something we do at the end of every massage. We have treatment plans that we give out. Make sure your therapists are recommending that your clients try CBD, especially if it's something that they really think they see nerve pain. If we see muscle or nerve pain right away, this is the first thing we recommend. Try CBD. It's incredible. They get long-term, anywhere from 3 hours to, you know, several weeks relief from using CBD. It's really incredible. So incorporate that into your recommendations. In your rest area, when your clients come in and they are sitting waiting for their therapist to come get them, put display menus up in there. I know that the crew at CBD Clinic is working on some giveaways for you that are going to give you examples of what some of the display menus can look like. And again, you could have different levels for them to pick from. You could have different prices for them. That's a great way for them to see what else you offer. I'm sure you're verbally offering your add-ons too, but this is just another way to give them another chance to see what you offer. Set up an online store. If you don't already have one, there's so many great ways that you can set it up really easily online. Shopify is a great one. Set up an online store, sign the papers that you need to know, figure out what your regulations are, and then sell your CBD through an online store. It's another great way to increase your revenues.
And Pamela, I'll just add in to go back to your last comment around samples. Our samples do come in bundles of 20. And here in the next few months, we will also be offering a new line of retention towers, which is a great little display of samples too that you can easily grab and hand out. That will come in 60. So coming soon. It's been an ask. And I heard you say it, but I just want to hear you say it again for everybody. What I heard you say is that every time you hand out a sample, you have an additional customer come back in, which means they're either coming in for a service or coming in to purchase products. So that's what I heard. I just want to make sure I heard you correctly.
Yeah, you heard it right. And the funny thing is, when we first started carrying the samples, I did sell them. I'm super conservative with prices, and so I would sell the samples. But I noticed that people were buying them, and then somebody else would come in and go, "Oh, so-and-so gave me the sample, and I love this product," and they'll come in and buy a $90 jar of CBD. And so I started going, "Here, take one," because to me it was a no-brainer that this is something that people are going to benefit from, and they know nobody else carries it in town, so they're going to be coming to us to get it. So, and I love that exclusivity that they can't just get online and get it anywhere else. We're their supplier, and we love that about your business too, that we're able to do that, have something that just not everybody has. You can't just get it on Amazon. We love that.
That's important that we mention that this is exclusive to healthcare providers. So we have our massage line for massage therapists, and then we have our CBD clinic pain line for other healthcare providers. So you won't find this on Amazon or
Yeah.
in your health food stores.
Yeah, because we have other products that I know some of us carry BioFreeze, and I know it's not the same BioFreeze, but you can find that in Target now and CVS,
Yeah,
and so
it's
it
everywhere.
makes it hard to carry those kind of products because you can't compete with the pricing, and so that we just so appreciate you guys doing that for us, making it where it's just us healthcare providers that can have it. It's awesome.
And we're way better than BioFreeze.
Oh, way better. It's not really, honestly, I'm not just saying that. There really is no comparison. We don't sell BioFreeze anymore.
Yeah. Did you want to mention anything else, Megan, about the sales tools or anything?
No, I think you're going to talk about the products now. Really just all I'll echo is what Pamela is describing is the same experience that we hear from multiple licensed massage therapists that we have in our network. We've got thousands of them, and we consistently hear that is that if your customer tries it, uses it in a service, if you hand them a sample to take home, consistently they will come back for an additional service and purchase of product. And so it really is a great way to continue business as well as add additional profit to your business.
Yeah, and Megan, if I can just add, I don't want anyone to be afraid when they see some of the prices of the products, because I know some of the higher level CBD products can be, up to $90, $80, $90. And don't be afraid to have that in your clinic. I know you'll think, oh, that's too expensive. It really isn't. When some people who are spending that much on prescriptions or for doctor visits, if it's something that helps them, and it really will, I promise, they don't shy away from that price point, because they won't. It'll be, they won't think twice about it when they get the relief that it brings them.
Yeah, and that 44 gram is probably the one you're going to sell over the counter. So you can see it's, a nice small bottle. It's not too big. And this is like a cream, so it lasts a really long time. So that was the one that's, the lower prices on these sheets. Megan, do you know approximately what the price is of those samples off the top of your head, or?
Sure. So a box of 20 is $35 for the ultimate, which is the higher one. So that's the one that we're showing here. That's got the highest levels of camphor and menthol, as well as the highest level of CBD. And then the Relax, which is our other sample, and that's on the lower spectrum of lower levels of camphor and lower levels of CBD, and also different scent. It is a more relaxing aromatherapy. It's $20 for that set.
So you're looking around just like a little over $1, basically, for a new customer. That's a really inexpensive price, I think.
It's a great investment in your business.
Yeah,
I'm biased, but we see it over and over again.
We're all biased. So I will jump into the products, and we'll go over these real quick. This is our ultimate level. Sometimes Pamela was saying level 5. This is the level 5, basically. And so we have this in an oil in the 2 sizes, and then in the ointment, which is the container that I showed you. This is the more consumer size. And then we have the 200 gram size for to use in service. So this one has the highest level of menthol and camphor. So the ointment has 11% camphor and 16% menthol. These are over-the-counter pharmaceutical ingredients, actually, that the FDA has approved. And so we are allowed to make claims that they help with pain, arthritis, stiffness, things like that. And those are the highest levels that the FDA permits to have these into a product. The menthol and the camphor work on the pain receptors. You might have heard Pamela say it interrupts the pain messages going to the brain. And each of those ingredients work on different receptors. And so together they have a synergistic effect. So you get more power to that. These are really strong. They have that strong menthol smell. It reminds me of my grandma's Vicks Vapor Rub. And boy, do they work fast. I recently slept weird and had some neck pain that was ongoing, and I put this on, and it was the only thing that was bringing me relief. So I really love these products. This ultimate has some essential oils as well. So it has eucalyptus, peppermint, tea tree. We all know tea tree's got that nice antimicrobial effect, clove. And so this works really well for some really acute situations, those highest levels of pain. And so you could use this with your deep tissue massage. And then again, you're just going to put that on the specific spots where you have the pain. Now these have the Charlotte's Web full spectrum hemp extract in it. So it has all the good compounds from hemp, different phytocannabinoids besides CBD, terpenes, chlorophyll, flavonoids, and that we get that entourage effect. So the Revive, this one's a little step down. We've got 4% camphor and 4% menthol. This one only comes in the oil in the 2 sizes. And so this one won't be quite as potent and strong. This has the peppermint oil, sage oil, and clove. And this could be really good for shiatsu, some kind of healing massage. And this one also has the Charlotte's Web full spectrum hemp extract in it. And then below that one, we've got the Relax. So as Megan mentioned, this has some really like relaxing essential oils like lavender and chamomile and frankincense. And so this one has a little bit more for tone down in terms of the menthol. It doesn't have the menthol, actually, it's just the camphor. In the oil, it's 3%, so it's not going to be as potent of a smell, but you're still going to have it acting on those pain receptors, so you'll still get pain relief from that as well. So these have 200 milligrams of CBD in the smaller sizes. And also that frankincense is good essential oil, which has an anti-inflammatory effect when you apply it topically. And then this again has the Charlotte's Web full spectrum hemp extract. And then finally, as Pamela mentioned, we have this unscented one. This was great for hot stone massage, which sounds really good right now, Pamela. I wish I lived closer to you. This one has 200 milligrams of CBD in it, and it doesn't have any of that menthol and camphor in it. It really doesn't have any essential oils. So this would be a good base solution you could use if you wanted to add your own oils to it or just keep it really neutral. These do have cottonseed oil and jojoba seed oil, and jojoba has a really nice glide to it, so it makes it for a really nice massage oil. And this comes in the cream, not an ointment, but a cream, and then the oils. Just wanted to share a couple quotes from our customers. People are saying, I found that everyone who tries CBD Clinic, including myself, falls in love with it because they work. My patients respond really well, and they love the OTC ingredients. In fact, 74% of our healthcare practitioners are reselling CBD to their patients, on the retail side. And these highest strength ones are the most popular, actually, because they're really potent and they work really well. And we do get a lot of referrals, people telling their colleagues about it, and they decide that they also want to use this in their practice. So to wrap up, I just wanted Pamela to jump back in and tell us a little bit about her book and where you can buy that.
Okie doke. Thank you so much for letting me talk about this too, because I just thought of all the times we teach this, there's a few little things that I thought would help massage therapists if they were going to incorporate this into their practice. So basically, I just took my last 3 years of research and interviewing people and even going to conferences all across the country and just put it all in one place. And it has everything, especially the things that are most requested, like a legal consent and waiver form. That's included in there. My husband's an attorney. He helped us write one up that would cover you. There's a CBD massage protocol in there. There are sample service menus in there, more launch ideas if you're going to sell it. But at the beginning of it starts off talking about CBD, what it is, why does it help people with massage. It kind of covers everything. It's $12.99. You can read it on Kindle for free, actually. I think they have it on their Kindle program. But it's on Amazon just under CBD massage. And if you have any questions about it, if you get it, if you don't get it, and you just have any questions about, you want to kick this off, you want to add it in your practice, and you just get stuck on something, my email address is down there. It's hello@brandbarstudio.com. Feel free to reach out to me. I know Jen is great. She's going to give you her email address and a couple of the staff members at CBD Clinic. We're really here to help you incorporate this into your practice, whether you're a single practitioner or you have a staff of 25, either way. You know, we really want to help you get this rolled out and make it as easy as possible for you. So let us know what we can do to help you. And we'll be there to hold your hand and help you. This really is a step-by-step guide. I'm not kidding. It walks you through right from the beginning of choosing your product line, what you do, how you place your order. It's everything you would need. So let us know.
I bought a copy.
She has one.
If massage therapists are like naturopaths, we don't know how to run a business. And so this is like, don't reinvent the wheel, just follow the steps. And she makes it really easy for you.
Yeah, thank you.
That's the hardest part about what you do, right?
Yeah, it really is.
Fields because we want to help people and make them feel better, but then, we also have to have a business hat on and figure out the financials and how to sell. So all your hard work is going to help all these other people, I'm sure.
Good. That was my goal. I really hope so. So if you have a Kindle account, you can get on there and read it for free. So it'll help walk you through. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys being here, and just let us know how we can help you in any way.
Congratulations for publishing that, because it just came out about a month ago. So
thank you.
Thanks everyone for joining us. We really appreciate it, and feel free to reach out if you have any questions. Thank you, Pamela, so much.
Thanks so much.
You're great.
Thanks for being here, guys.
For sharing all your secrets with us.
Oh, I'm happy to do it. Let me know how I can help.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.